Hi, this is Dr. Jenine, and I'm over by one of my favorite fields that I like to park next to when I just really need to think. And usually while I'm here, I'll eat something and just kind of look around and just kind of listen. And I listen to God and listen to the sounds of the wind, and you can tell it's a little bit breezy. The field is a little bit thicker than it used to be, and I apologize if you hear the sound of my car. It's pretty humid, so I have the car on and I have the air conditioning on. But this is what has really been impressed upon me as I just kind of sit here, is that take a look at the field. Look at all of the foliage, if you can tell. Here, let me just kind of go a little bit this way. You can tell that there are several different types, and I know that it looks pretty thick, but as you kind of look at it, you can tell that there are different types of things that grow here. I mean, some of them look like different types of grasses and, you know, other different types of plants. And all of these grasses and all of these plants make up this entire field. And it's an enormous field. You just can't see it right now over all of the grass because it's become so high. And you can see that there's a tree out there in the distance. But this is what was impressed upon me, is that it takes every blade of grass in this field in order to make the field. And there are every different kind. I mean, every blade is different, even if it's the same type of grass. Every blade is different. There are different lengths, different widths, different ways that they wave in the wind, and they're just all gathered together. And what it really reminded me of is our oneness and the reality and the truth that we are one as a humanity, and we might be different. We might be of the same type of lineage, but we're different in the way that we're made up, and we might be made in the same way as far as the way God has created us. We're all made the same, but we all have these unique qualities about us, and all together we make this field, you know. And I kind of look over there, and there's kind of a bunch of stuff. It looks kind of a grouchy bunch of grasses and everything put together. And I tell you, sometimes there are some of us that are just grouchy, and sometimes we just have grouchy moments. Sometimes we feel kind of all knotted up inside, like there's a big ball of field grass inside of us, and we don't present ourselves all that well to the world. But I just want to tell you just right now, if you would be inclined to listen, compassion is such a big part of love and such a big part of our oneness. And every blade of grass that's out here in this field, every plant affects the other, especially as they're waving through the wind. And it's the same exact thing as with us as a humanity. We all affect one another. And when we bump up to somebody who has a real strong lack of compassion, it's so different than when we bump up against someone who has so much compassion. When someone is compassionate and merciful and gracious and carries that love that is God love and Christ light inside of them, we always feel this sense of release and kind of like freedom, like this grass is blowing in the wind. And when we bump up against those who just really lack a lot of compassion, it's like this knotted place over here where everything's just so grouped up together and bunched up together, and you feel like it knots up everything inside of your stomach. If we really knew and realized on a daily basis how much we affect one another, we would go out into this world with a lot different attitude. You know, whether you're a physician or a counselor, whether you work at Walmart or a gas station, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a dad that's struggling to make ends meet, it makes no difference where you are in this world or what you do. The difference that you make in this world is how you present yourself to it and how you choose to look at life. And if you choose to look at it as every time I come against someone, every time I meet someone, I want to present myself as compassionate as possible. And that doesn't mean we're not going to get angry at each other. It doesn't mean we're not going to be offended. Those things happen in this world. But it means that we remember we are atmosphere changers. And if we can walk into just one place, into one space where a person is, another living being, and change their atmosphere from being depressed, angry, upset, negative, and just feeling down and out or depressed, and give them compassion and love and understanding. That's, understanding is another thing that people just really need. We need to be understood. It is one of those top 10 needs that I believe people really have in life. If we can give those to one another, life would be so much easier. And I'm just saying all this to say, go out into this world. I know it's challenging. I know that the world is becoming a little bit more difficult to live in, but it feels real good when you go through a drive-through and someone says, have a blessed day, God bless you, or, just enjoy the rest of the day, or I'm so glad that you came by. It feels good to know when somebody just talks to you with love and compassion, and you leave just a little bit stronger, and you leave just a little bit like you're walking a little bit higher, a little bit taller in this world. And it's contagious, just like laughter. Compassion is contagious. Just remember that we're all human beings. When we talk to one another, present ourselves to each other, talk to each other like we're family, because we really are. We're a family. One great big human family with so much potential. Look at someone's potential instead of their faults, and you'll have a whole different view of who they are. God bless you. I'm just going to tell you, this is Dr. Jenine Marie, and I am loving you from here, right here in front of my field, and I'm calling it my field today. And if you need any compassion in this world today, just please look within you and find God inside of you, and also believe and have faith in all that God has presented around you as well. Walk strong, walk high, walk a little bit taller today. Know that there is compassion in this world. Know that when you rub up against those who are brash and maybe they don't understand your life today, know that people are out there and they care. And if not anything else, God lives in you, and He always loves you, and He always cares. If you need anything, my number is 832-484-8306. God bless you. Bye-bye.